And we're back. Welcome back to another episode of By Its Cover. Your host is me and the other person. And we are going to do a song intro.
Are we?
That's your cue. That was your cue.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Well, anyway, what's the book this week?
I can't hear ourselves. Can you hear us?
That's because I have us turned down.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that's better. Mm-hmm.
I am the master mixer.
Yes, you are. I'm so glad you bought this equipment.
Sir Mix a Lot.
So this is Jake, and I'm Katie.
Cool.
And we're siblings, and we're going to talk about books.
You
already did it.
Great.
Did you say that we pick out books by its cover?
I didn't, but you did.
All right, there you go. Now you have it.
Intro done.
Intro done.
With music.
All I have stuck in my head today, honestly, is da 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 ba 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 all day. I don't know why. It's on repeat in my head.
Have you been watching Looney Tunes?
Day. No.
Wow. It really says something about you.
Thank you so much. Are you calling me loony?
I have no idea. I'm glad you picked up on that. I just went with it and you ended it. So
there we go.
Right.
Sometimes that's how it happens.
So the book this week
is Venomous Lumpsucker.
Yep.
By Ned Beauman.
Yep.
Beauman.
Bo, because it would be B-A... Oh, maybe Bo.
I think that's what I started with, Beauman.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Ned Beauman.
Yeah, because it's B-A-U. Mm-hmm. And I think that's French for lover.
Well, I don't know. I can't really comment about last name etiology, but...
Because Bo is, in French, isn't it like you love them?
I don't know.
Like when you say they're your beau.
Are you talking about when they say that they're your boo?
No, beau. There's boo, there's beau, there's bae.
Wow, I am really, really out of touch with
I think
these
it all
terms.
stems from the same word.
Probably.
Which is this one. So
it's also spelled the same as beautiful.
So it's Ned Loverman.
I didn't realize we were going to go into name etiology on this podcast.
I didn't either.
Do you want to describe the cover, or do you want me to describe it?
Okay, so this week's going to be a little bit different. Or this episode's going to be a little bit different.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to look at the cover, and I'm going to come up with a story.
Right, because you didn't read the book, and I
did not read this book.
Okay, so you tell me what you think it's about.
Okay, so...
And then we'll talk about why I picked this book and what it's really about.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yes. So, it's this cover is pink.
Right.
It is pink as hell. This is the pinkest thing I have ever seen. Ink. Right? And it's got green algae plant growth growing up to what looks like either a pufferfish or a catfish. Or a hybrid of the two. It looks a little bit more like a pufferfish because it's got the rhombus head. Rhombus. I'm learning from looking at the cover. It's a novel.
That's all the information you have.
It says a novel.
Okay.
On the side of it.
Huh.
Okay, so what do I think this book is about?
Okay.
So.
And you haven't read the back or the inside leaflet?
I've never seen this book.
Right, I'm the one that had it in person.
I've never seen it or read
And then I gave it to somebody to read it, and they haven't given it back.
Story of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have my neighbor's live trap. So I'm sure once I return the live trap, they'll return your book.
Okay, good. That's how the universe works.
Yeah. Okay, so this book, this novel, I can go two directions with this.
Okay, which way do you want to go?
I can either go, this is about a very rare species of fish that lives in I would say, what's that term for like species that live in really hard habitats to live in?
Extreme environments?
Like extreme environments.
Inhospitable environments?
No, there's a specific word.
I can't remember.
Okay, it starts with high. Okay. So, maybe something about that. Mm-hmm. They are venomous, and they suck lumps. So that's one way. Okay. The other way, which I think may be more likely, is this is about a type of people.
Interesting.
Or a person. that for I don't even know if this is fiction or nonfiction. For the author, maybe this was an individual that took life away from them. Like, would constantly, like, parasitically suck the life
out of your lump.
You are a lump. So, like, suck his lump.
The lump of life.
Yeah. So, either way, I think it's not about a fish.
Okay.
Or it is about a fish.
And you could go either way.
Yeah, but tell me, what is this book about?
Well,
so wait.
Okay.
Wait. Getting ahead of ourselves.
We are getting ahead of ourselves.
Why'd you pick this book?
Well, it was bright pink. It had a fish on the cover. And it was called Venomous Lumpsucker. And I was actually at your favorite bookstore.
Salmonberry Books.
Salmonberry Books in Port Orchard. And I was drawn to this book because I remember reading the cover, the title, Venomous Lumpsucker, and being like, what the fuck is this book going to be about? This is weird. What is this book?
It's super weird.
And that's what caused me to pick it up and then read the little leaflet and buy it.
All right. So you just walked in, pink, grabbed it, saw
pink
fish.
Venomous Lumpsucker.
Let's go.
I think I saw the title first.
You saw it before the pink or after the pink?
I think I saw the pink and then the title and then the fish.
When did you see the green plant life?
Today.
Wait, when did you see that it was a novel?
Today.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't analyze the cover as deeply as you do, I don't think.
It depends on if there's boats on the front of it.
That's true.
Or mushrooms.
Yeah.
So tell everyone that's
everybody in
listening,
the world,
all of our listeners, okay, mostly me, what is this book about?
This book has a very weird premise. It's somewhat in the future, but it just doesn't feel like that far off. It is fiction.
Dystopian?
It's somewhat dystopian. I would describe it as dystopian, but I don't know if it truly classifies as dystopian.
Because it's close to reality?
Yeah. But I think we're living in a dystopian world.
10 years or 20 years ahead?
I feel like maybe 20. But I don't remember if the actual year was mentioned.
Right. It's more about how you feel.
Right. It felt like we maybe aren't that far off from the... what's the word? I don't feel like we're that far off from the situations described in this book. I don't know if we'll do those things, but it was weird.
All right.
Okay, so let me tell you about this book.
Thank you, God.
You're welcome.
Like there's lead and you're burying it, and then you bury where you buried the lead, and then you like add more buryment onto the lead. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you asked me how far in the future, and that started a whole nother.
Do go on.
Okay. So the premise is we're somewhat in the future, and there are a lot of animal extinctions. And the main character of the book is a woman who is in the role of determining whether or not a species is, I don't remember if it's smart enough or like self-awareness, or there's something special about a type of behavior that makes a species worth saving versus allowing it to go extinct for a building project and banking its DNA.
Okay, now
to bring it back in the future.
Now I see where you're talking about how far off are we actually.
Right, how far are off? How...
You got it, you know.
Yes, how far off are we actually from this kind of situation? Is it happening right now? So the woman is in this role where she's supposed to... It's not sentient. What is the word?
Satanic.
No.
Sentient.
Sentient. I think she has to determine if it's sentient. No.
Okay,
that couldn't be right because there's so many animals that are sentient.
This sentient means that you have consciousness.
Okay.
I think. So like intelligent. She's trying to determine its intelligence.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a highly intelligent animal, then it'd be more difficult to allow it to go extinct for a project and bank the... because there's like extinction credits, so kind of like carbon credits or
Okay.
whatever. So you can collect extinction credits, and it's a whole weird banking system on extinction of animals.
You get like some tax benefits
Right,
from your extinction credits.
It is weird.
Okay.
It's weird. That's where the venomous lumpsucker comes in.
It is this fish.
That's the fish that she is trying to determine. Like, from what I remember, it's been a little while, but she is trying to determine whether they can allow that fish to go extinct for the project that, she's kind of like a contractor or something. So the people who hired her to basically, like, they want the fish to be allowed to go extinct so they don't have to buy credits or whatever. And she realizes this fish is somehow very, very smart and sentient or whatever the thing is. Hey, Bodie, that's our neighbor's dog. You might be able to hear him. If not, I'll cut this out. Oh, and there's our dog, Cooper. I think I heard John yelling at them, too. Great.
This is a reminder that everyone exists.
Everybody exists. Sometimes you might hear Stuart in here.
Yep.
Our podcast hamster.
Yep.
So she goes on this, like, really insane mission to, like, I think they accidentally kill the fish before she's able to decide. And she is, like, obsessed with this fish and finds it. There's like this is flooding back to me. There's like a zoo, not a zoo, but basically like a reserve. And they have a venomous lumpsucker. And so she's like going there to see if she can get it. And she's just like on this chase to find another population of this fish to determine whether or not they can allow it to go extinct. And she does not want it to be allowed to go extinct. And she's never been like an environmentalist or anything. Like, she didn't care about any of that stuff before she got into this job. But somehow she attaches to this fish. And it is a weird book.
Is it a weird fish?
So that's what's interesting, is that I thought the book was going to be about this weird fish. But then I found out after reading the book that the lumpsucker is actually a type of fish in real life.
So, okay, hang on. Let me replay back what I'm hearing.
Okay, yeah.
Because it feels like there's a lot of story here.
Well, there's actually more story too, because there's somebody who's like, if I cannot remember, one of the people like sells all the shares, or the data bank is destroyed or something with all of the genes of the extinct animals that have been banked, and then somebody else is benefiting financially from that.
Okay, so
it's crazy.
One of the big themes in this book is big bad corporation.
Well, that yes and no, because there's also a lot of thematically, like, she is aware that we're all a part of it. Like, there was a line in the book, and I didn't write it down, but it was very much like, we're all watching this happen, including myself, and
watching
not doing
the extinction happen.
Yeah.
Oh. So okay.
So it's not just big bad corporation; it's like big bad human.
Like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We're all.
That's why it doesn't feel so far off.
Consuming.
Yeah.
Right. To the destruction of our planet. Mm-hmm. But we're just watching.
Yeah.
Because we feel powerless.
Right. We do. Yeah.
Okay.
Individually, we feel powerless.
Right. No raindrop blames itself for the flood.
Right.
Right.
But she blames herself for that too.
She blames herself for the flood or for the fish?
The flood.
Okay.
Not the whole flood, but she understands that she has responsibility in it.
Okay. So just like us.
Yeah. Just like us.
Okay. So she's just like us.
Yeah.
There's companies that benefit from dumb animals.
Yeah, because then they're allowed to go extinct.
Okay. And if they're not, then they have to bank that animal's DNA for some time later.
I think that if they're allowed to go extinct, they have to bank the DNA. And
if they're not allowed to go extinct, then they don't bank the DNA?
Right, because they're not allowed to go extinct. But I think you can buy enough credits to allow it to then go extinct.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's kind of, I can't remember exactly, but I think that's right.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so what?
You have to spend money to make it go extinct.
Okay. That sounds super fair. Very fair.
What inherent value do the animals have?
Yeah. Okay. So she dedicates her story
to
this fish.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of crazy things does she do to determine if this fish is for her?
For her. I think there was something about retaliation.
She was being retaliated against?
No, the fish recognizes the threat.
And retaliates.
And retaliates. I think that was a significant part of her realizing that it was like sentient or whatever. It was a weird book. Intelligent enough to recognize the threat of another species and work together to fight back against it.
Wait, the fish?
Yes.
The fish was intelligent enough to fight back against...
Humans.
Yeah,
and by saving it, she could allow the fish its chance to fight back against the humans and maybe be the species that changes the direction that they were going.
Oh.
So she kind of wanted the fish to destroy everything.
She wants the end.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, she believes that the humans deserve to be wiped out.
Oh, okay. Okay. But she develops this thought after meeting the fish.
Yeah.
What's the end of the book?
I'm so glad you asked. It was so weird. I don't know if I want to spoil it.
I want you to. That's the whole point.
Okay, she dies.
Okay.
She's killed by like basically essentially extinct species that she's trying to save. And then the book is over.
So
it was so abrupt.
Is there like an ancient god that brings her back to life?
No.
So then, okay, hang on. She's tracking down this fish to help it.
Yeah.
And the fish kills her.
I don't think it was the fish that killed her.
It was a different extinct species.
Different extinct species.
Or should have been extinct.
Should have been extinct or threatened or something.
How did she die?
I think it attacked and ate her.
Oh, cool.
And then the guy who was with her, that she like became her companion during this whole adventure, was like, well, I guess that's what she would have wanted. And then the book is over.
Seems fair, right? Like, okay, I want the end of humans. I will end myself.
Pretty much.
Huh.
I think it was an accident. Oh, I think she fell and then the animal got her. It was something though, like emotion, like the thing I remember the most was the guy being like, well.
Acceptance.
Yeah.
Immediate acceptance.
Like, she didn't want humans to make it.
Why did Ned write this book?
Well, I'm not inside Ned's mind, so I can't tell you. But my sense was that the goal was to educate in some way about the idea of these extinction credits and the, like, environmental economics challenges that come along with extinct species.
Okay.
And that kind of, like, spiral. And maybe he was just, like, trying to communicate his own feelings about the spiral of, you know, if we have carbon credits, where does it lead us? Like, what's next? You have carbon credits, you have extinction credits. What else do you have? Yeah. Starving people credits, like.
Oh, we do.
Yeah. I think we do. And
it's called welfare.
Well, I think I'm thinking of it differently than that. I'm thinking of from a food production or food supply standard.
Oh, okay. So like big ag.
Big ag or, you know, big rich, whatever. Like you are big wealthy corn. Enough to avoid, let's just say years in the future, we are struggling with food production because we've destroyed our agricultural system.
Right.
And our planet.
Yeah.
Very possible.
Yep.
Okay, so then you have a bunch of starving people around the world. And who gets to eat? Are there populations, and this is where I think it maybe the slippery slope exists, where like if you're able to do this with carbon credits, which is not the same. I'm not saying that's the same. But let's just say for this book, you're able to do it for extinction credits. Okay? Now you have starving people all over the world, and do countries pay for food credits or wipeout credits or whatever to, if you pay a certain amount of money, it's okay to allow that population to die out so that you can feed yourself.
Totally get it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's a weird thought. But I just don't know, like, that's what made me think of that. So like the slippery slope of what is the value? Like, how do you even determine a value of a species to say, well, this one deserves to go extinct and this one doesn't?
Hubris.
Right.
So it feels like, based off what you're saying, that Ned is projecting how he feels about humans' future into a fiction book, right?
Maybe.
About a venomous lumpsucker fish.
Ned, if you're out there listening, please let us know.
Oh, please let us know. We have to know how you feel about this.
Yeah.
But was it a cool story?
It was. I mean, I just remember reading it and being like, whoa, this book is weird.
Is it like Vurt weird?
Yes.
Really?
I felt, yeah, because I didn't finish it and I wasn't like, this book is so cool, I have to tell people about it. It was like, man, this book was so weird. I've got to tell people about this.
I love books that are weird.
Yeah.
So, really, this was Jeff Noon level weird.
I mean, I remember that book being pretty weird, but it's been a while since I've read Vurt.
So a woman tracking down a fish because she's obsessed with it is as weird as sticking feathers in the back of your throat to trip.
When you put it like that, it's a little different.
One of these things is not like the other.
I know. There were so many weird things in this book. Like, there was like a...
It was like macro weird.
Yeah, there were so many, like, everything was weird.
So, like, you know, Jeff Noon's Vurt is micro weird.
Right, the concept itself is weird.
Okay.
But in this book, everything is weird. Okay. Like, everything just feels weird.
Okay.
And it's down to, like, you know, they're trying to find this fish, but they run into all of these different things that are weird while they're trying to find this fish.
What is the weirdest thing that they ran into?
I think, okay, so there was this, I think it was like an island type robot thing. I guess you would call it a boat.
Yes. Yes. They have boats in this universe.
I think it was like a research boat, but it's like a research station. That's the word I'm looking for. A station with like different pods and stuff for researchers. So not like a moving boat, but like an anchored research boat with pods. Anyway, that's not really a boat. It's more like the International Space Station in the water.
Oh, okay. So sort of like
like
the 70s rendition of a flying aircraft carrier.
Yeah, maybe.
But in the water, so like a floating aircraft carrier.
Sure. This is like really testing my memory of this book because this is a book that I picked out by the cover, but not recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just wanted to include it because it was so weird. There was something going on with this research station. Like, there were tons of, was it flies? There was tons of something coming from, I think it was some kind of bug or something. And it was covering the landscape all around the area, like far away from it. And they ended up going to find the source of this blight.
Blight, okay.
They go to find the source of this blight.
Yeah.
And they get there by using this like weird water suit. Like, they find a lady using this water suit that allows her to breathe underwater or swim really fast. I think it was swim really fast. And one of the research stations, I believe, had been like totally overgrown with these things, and it was because the person wanted it to. Like, they were intentionally sabotaging the other researcher station or something, or the whole research station as a whole, and it affected the weather. Like, so if you go and read this book, let me know how spot on I am.
I have to say, okay.
Because I don't remember exactly.
As a listener, I am very confused about what this book is about. At first, I thought I had it. And then I realized I didn't.
And when did you know?
Like 5 minutes ago. I was like, wow. So this book is weird? Why? Who knows? It's weird. So I'm down. I'm down to read this book.
Okay.
Totally. Because I like weird books. And I'm super confused about what this is about.
Because I'm not really explaining it very well.
Well, I think the journey is important in this book. Because it is...
Yeah, I mean, it is all about the journey. because the ending doesn't really matter.
Yeah, she died. Who said that? It was the cat in Secret Life of Pets. Secret Life of Pets. When Duke goes back to his home, and the cat on the porch, Duke was like, "Where's my owner?" And the cat is like, "Oh, he died." And Duke was like, "You're a lying cat. Woof woof woof." Right. Anyway, that's the end of this book.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it sounds like this guy is that cat. She died.
Yeah, she died.
Is there an epilogue?
I don't think there was. I don't remember. But I just remember feeling like, wow, this book ended. Like, I remember feeling like that's where it could go a couple times.
Okay.
And then I was like, I wonder if they'll take it there.
Is this book like 70 pages?
No. It was like a novel size.
Oh, it was a novel?
It was a normal sized book.
Okay.
And wasn't a short story. It's not like Kurt Vonnegut or anything. He has some weird stuff too.
So I think this is what we should do.
Yeah.
I think I'll read this book.
We should come back and talk about it
And
again.
we should come back and talk about it again.
Okay. And you could tell me all the things I didn't remember, right?
I think it would be cool to compare notes.
Yeah.
After hearing your rendition of the story.
Yeah. My rendition, I feel like, was all over the place.
It was. It was super all over the place. Wild.
Yeah. Well, that's how this book was.
It sounds like it. So there's a woman who likes a fish, finds a bow,
I don't think they ever got together.
finds a companion,
Yep.
and hunts after this fish, gets in a suit that makes her swim fast and or breathe underwater. And
To fight against bugs.
in her pursuit of finding this fish. And then dies after tripping and falling. But also, somehow the database got wiped on the extinct species database.
Yeah, okay, I think that about sums it up.
What a journey. Wow. This sounds like a journey. What was your favorite part about this book?
I actually really, apart from the concepts explored through fiction, I really, really enjoyed that the author went to that ending.
Of death?
Yeah.
It's really rare.
And had the observer there, positioned in the book to be able to be like, well, ultimately she didn't think humans were doing the right thing and that they deserved to die. So I guess this is what she would have wanted.
Yes.
And I just thought, I don't know if it was my favorite part about the book, but I really, really appreciated that the author allowed himself to go there and just be like, this is how I'm ending this book. Because it was so abrupt and so bizarre, and I feel like you can read into that a bunch of different ways. Wait,
I think I have one way to read into it.
Okay.
So one way to read into what you're telling me about this book is the author is projecting how they feel about current carbon credits, right? Sort of
the idea evaluation of
death.
The series.
Yeah. And you can say, okay, the author doesn't like it. Though, maybe they do.
Maybe they do.
Right? Because if the secondary person, her companion, was like, well, she got what she deserved.
Right.
Maybe the author feels like, what are they called? Eco-terrorists?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he feels they should die.
Maybe. And we don't know unless we ask Ned. Ned, if you're out there.
Really, really want to know. Yeah, I want to know. Just out of curiosity.
Right.
Only having heard what you said, though.
Yeah.
If I read the book and then Ned, for whatever reason, thank you for listening, Ned, I'm sure, emails us, which you can get our email from our Patreon.
Actually, we have an email.
You can get an email. Then let us know. I'm super curious.
Yeah, we got to figure out how. We don't have a Patreon, by the way.
Why?
I don't know. We should set one up, huh?
I mean, I want to make $10 a month. For the low cost of $10 per month, you can become a Super Diamond Premium member.
What do we give you for being a Super Diamond Premium member?
Nothing. You don't get anything. There's no value in it for you.
You get to know that you gave us money.
Which is basically nothing.
I don't think we're setting up a Patreon yet.
Thanks for the support.
All right. Anything else we want to cover about this book?
No, I mean, I'm sold. I'm going to go read this book because
Okay.
I'm really curious what the book is actually about.
I feel like I did a really poor job. I felt
You did a great job.
I really thought that I did a poor job, and then you echoed it back to me, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this podcast could have been 30 seconds.
But it isn't. What is our next one?
Okay, so our next book.
Okay, it's your book.
This is a book that I picked out the same way I always pick out books. Mm-hmm. Walked into the bookstore, saw an interesting cover, bought it because I like to buy books to support the authors. It is Slewfoot.
Slewfoot.
Yeah.
Should I read this one too?
You should read this one too.
Okay.
I have no idea what it's about, but it's got a woman on a stick on the front. And
a woman on a stick?
Yep, woman on a stick.
Like a pogo stick?
Nope, like a branch.
Okay, she's standing on a branch.
Sitting on a branch.
Sitting on a branch.
But we'll find out more about the cover.
That's true.
In our next episode. Where we read this book and we talk about it based off of its cover.
Fantastic.
Yep.
We'll read it. We'll pick it. Wow. I need dinner.
Hang in there. Hang in there.
I think I'll just leave that in. F it.
All right.
All right. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
And we will
you got this.
Hear you, listen for your footsteps, see you. You'll hear from us on the next episode of
By Its Cover.
Bye.
Bye.